but it's got to take a second. There's a delay. Not my life.
This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
Buenos dias, it's your boy Jay McLovin here on the afternoon show. We got OG Tony, Chris Gonzalez, and drunk ass Frankie C with the hangover. What a time to be alive. I hope everybody had a good time over the weekend. It's nice and sunny and warm out here in Houston. I got shorts and a t-shirt. Tony, it's all yours, baby. Let's go.
Hey, man, I had a great weekend. We watched Olympics. Been really enjoying that. Some good stuff. Super Bowl wasn't the greatest game in the world. New England took it on the chin. That happens sometimes. New England will be back. They got a young team. Seattle was dominant, guys. That defense, the front lines for Seattle were dominant. And then Walker made himself a lot of money. He's a free agent, guys. He gonna get paid by somebody. If it ain't Seattle, he gonna get paid by somebody. So he had a hell of a game. And we talked, last week that New England was going to have to be able to run the ball and stop the run, and they really couldn't do really any of that till late in the game, and the game was pretty much already over with. Great performance by Seattle, but like I said, New England, hey, they had a great season. Nobody expected them to be there, and I think it showed. At least this year, we'll see about next year. NFC was the stronger conference than the AFC. I believe, in my opinion. So, Jay, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think Kenneth Walker III should go buy Charbonnet a really nice Lamborghini or even a Veyron Bugatti for allowing him to have the opportunity to earn a big payday over the last couple of playoff games, first against the Rams and then against New England. So he's definitely in alignment for a really nice payday, I feel like. What I thought about the game was, I think it's exactly what we thought, Tony. There was a few plays there where they gave Donald some time, and in return, because that time he didn't commit as many turnovers. I thought in the beginning, some of the receivers kind of dropped some balls from Darnold that they kind of should have been able to move the ball a little bit more effectively, but hey, it happens. It's the jitters of being in the Super Bowl for not hot minutes. So I thought the offensive line did a good job. I think both teams played really great defense. I think what hurt New England was just being on the field, their defense being on the field for so much because of some of the turnovers of Drake May, unfortunately, right? Some of the fumbles, the interceptions, obviously the pick six on defense touchdown. And I just think they wore that defense out. They couldn't get the run game going, It was a very clean game. They weren't calling a whole lot of penalties. I feel like the one, and I've said about this earlier on another show, that they should have called was when Seattle did the late hit out of bounds and then kind of throws a couple of fists towards them. They didn't call any of that, which I thought was interesting. But nonetheless, I thought it was a very slow game. And then about the second half, it really picked up. But ultimately, like you said, Kenny Walker, man, hey, that dude was a star of that game. And again, Myers, the 17 points of kicking that he put up was, I think, the most in history right now. So Seattle showed out. I said they were the most complete team, but I did say New England has a good team, and they just got a few more pieces, Tony, I think, to tweak left and right, and that team's going to be on point.
Yeah, I agree with you. Frankie, your thoughts?
Yeah, you're muted, much like your defense and offense.
You win some, you lose some, right? My defense wasn't muted. Shut your goddamn mouth. If anything, your defense was the most muted one because your defense didn't even make it to the playoffs. So
no, we didn't.
But you notice, right, Jay? You notice that when you're a longtime Cowboy player, and you go to another team, you do end up winning a ring. Look at DeMarcus Lawrence. But anyway, back on our actual topic. You win some, you lose some, Tony. You win some, you lose some. I mean, clearly, Seattle was the better team. There's nothing I can say, bad about them right now. I mean, they were the better squad. Sam Darnold did something that he clearly needed to do that would have impacted this game big, and that's not turn the ball over. He played really solid football. I mean, I feel like the Patriots could have had at least 3 opportunities to get a pick, interception, or even a fumble, but we couldn't get it done. Defensively, I'm proud of my boys. Offensively, I think, we didn't show up. And I said that from the get-go 2 weeks ago. I said the one thing that we need to do is have our offensive line show up, and they didn't show up. Am I upset? Not really. It hurts to lose a Super Bowl. But then again, like I've been saying to myself for the last 2 weeks, we're a young squad. Drake May made there in his second year as a quarterback. Mike Vrabel brought us there in his first year as our head coach. We had two rookie linemen on the left side that they're gonna learn from this experience and gather what they can to make themselves better. It is what it is. It's what happened. And I said to my boy yesterday, because nobody was actually looking at this, and I said, listen, we're young. Right, we're gonna build off of this. We're gonna learn off of this. We got second highest cap space next year, 11 draft picks. I said this to Jay and them earlier in the morning show. To where Seattle, they were already built for this. During the Russell Wilson trade, they added some trades for that from Denver. Then Geno Smith going away, they added some depths into that as well. So Seattle built themselves up for this moment defensively and offensively. To where we're built defensively, and we're just gonna get better offensively. I feel throughout the offseason. So it was a plus for my boys to make it to a spot where nobody thought we were going to make it to. But it's, another day. Congratulations, Seattle. I got nothing bad to say, man. Just hopefully we get better next year. We're young. We learn. And we're going to get back to it. We'll be back. Don't forget, Patrick Mahomes made it his first Super Bowl. He made it. He got blown out by Tom Brady. And then what happened? He ended up winning 3 more rings after that. We'll be back. I know we'll be back quicker than Dallas.
Did you really just compare Drake May to Patrick Mahomes?
Did I say that?
He said Patrick Mahomes lost the first one, but then he went on to win more.
So where's the comparison? I didn't.
So you're assuming that Drake May is going to win that many more automatically.
All right, go ahead, Chris. I'm not even gonna. I'm not, like I said, I'm hungover. I'm
That's
not
the
even dealing with
question.
this shit.
Awesome, Billy Buzz. That's awesome, man.
Hey, Jay,
Hey, bank, man.
Yeah, you shouldn't insinuate things that people say.
Oh, wow, you do it. You do it. You're like the king of. I thought I was learning after you. I'll take one out of your page.
I'm just giving you your own advice back to you. But anyway, about the game, it wasn't a terrible game. I don't think Seattle dominated the game. I know they won by big, but if you look at the thing, they really didn't dominate. The difference in the game was they dominated the line of scrimmage. New England's offensive line couldn't protect Drake May. That was the difference in the game. If you look at the numbers, Drake May had a higher quarterback rating than what Sam Darnold did. It wasn't like Sam Darnold was lighting it up on offense. New England, neither team was lighting it up on offense. And if you look at the yards, total yards, Seattle had 4 more yards than what New England did. So it wasn't like their offense. New England had more passing yards. Yards per play, New England actually averaged 4.9 to Seattle's 4.7. Third downs, 6 of 15 for New England, 4 of 16 for Seattle. Difference in the game was the offensive line couldn't protect and the turnovers. That was the difference in the game. But I mean, Drake May didn't play as bad as he had the turnovers, but other than that, like throwing the ball, he didn't play terrible. The biggest problem was they couldn't protect him. He got sacked 6 times. Every time he was going back to try to throw the ball, he was getting hit. That offensive line just couldn't hold up last night.
Yeah, the first half was not a good half offensively for New England. The second half, they played a lot better. First half, they didn't have very many yards at all. I think it was only like 20 yards passing.
Yeah, they couldn't protect them at all in that first half.
You're right. They couldn't. The offensive line couldn't protect them at all. And that's true. I agree with you. I mean, Seattle's quarterback didn't have a great game, but the key for him was not making any turnovers. And he about did. I mean, there was the way he played early. There was
about 4 throws that could have been picked. I thought he was shaky in that first quarter. Throwing the ball, Darnold was. They were getting a little pressure, and there were some throws that could have been picked. But then he settled down. He settled down and played pretty good.
I thought it was interesting that New England blitzed 65% of the time, and they were able to run the ball because of that blitz. So even though New England was trying to disrupt Darnold, which they really didn't, they did, but not to the point where he turned the ball over. But because they blitzed so damn much, it allowed that middle to be opened up, and Walker the third really took advantage of that.
Yeah, Walker had a great game. That was a big difference. Seattle had the ball 33 minutes. Another big difference too, because you got some of those turnovers in the second half. Them 6 sacks, that was big, and 3 turnovers. Yeah, like I said, New England. I'd say you got to work on it. Got to work on that offensive line. New England does, and get stronger. They've got one defensive guy. I think an edge that may be a possible free agent, but they've got plenty of money if they want to sign him or move on and sign somebody else or whatever. So New England's a good place. They really are. It's going to be interesting. Man, I wonder how Minnesota's feeling right now. to let Darnold go and make the decision that you did. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, Billy, that's a nice win.
Yeah, he had a great day. That's
nobody gives a shit. Fuck your brother for making that bet.
Hey, what's up, House?
Hey, House. Hope you're having a good day, man.
And Joe, nobody in the freaking world, even Jay. No, that's why Jay's laughing right now behind his goddamn hands, because even he knows that's not true. You got to get rid of Jerry Jones before anything can happen.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You've already been fined, sir. You've been fined before the show started.
Yeah, guys, I've seen a couple commercials I liked. I will be honest, I enjoyed the halftime show. Didn't understand what he said, and I know my last name's Gonzalez. I'm just being honest. But I thought it was very well put together. I thought it was fun. Thought it had some good messaging. I'm gonna check out the on YouTube. I'm gonna get out, check out. I don't know if I'm gonna check out the country guys. I don't know any of them, but I'm definitely gonna check out Kid Rock. 'Cause I like Kid Rock. Enjoyed. I'm having a brain fart, guys. I'm old. The guys that played. Chris, help me out. The guys that played before the game started. Green Day. Thought they were very good. I thought they were very good. Enjoyed them. So I mean, I had a pretty good day, man. I had me some Cordoba and watched some football. Had a good day. Been farting all over the place.
I'll tell you what, though, I really do think that baseball should take a page from the NFL. And I guess maybe I didn't really think about it so much, but a friend of mine kind of told me about it. He's like, Jay, they're doing Bad Bunny because, and he told me, he's like, they're really trying to grow the game internationally. I think maybe it may have even been Philly sports guy I was talking with about that. Maybe him and Bo. And so I get that, right? Because they're trying to make money. They're trying to get it more international, like soccer. Soccer is probably the biggest international sport there is. And I think football is trying to take a page out of them and really try to grow that game nationally. And I think baseball, especially if they're going to go on strike, they really need to take a page out of that and start growing their team or their product more internationally as well. And I know they're kind of doing that. They're starting to get at that level.
Yeah, like I said, I know Kendrick Lamar was last year. He's big. Wasn't a big fan. That's just me personally. But I mean, hey, I understand. I'm 62-year-old. They're not focused at me. They're focused at other stuff. So, but yeah, good football game for the most part. I know me, Chris, and Frankie. I was rooting for Frankie, man. I'm not a New England fan, no way whatsoever. Had a bad taste in my mouth rooting for New England, but I told Frankie I would, and I did. I was hoping they could pull it off and at least play a real good game and defense. Hey, you're in the third quarter and you're still only down 12-0, man. If you can get a touchdown on the board, 12-7, you could have changed momentum and get in the game. And they just couldn't get it done. So.
Yeah, man. I was so like, yo, you know what's the worst thing, Tony, is when you're sitting there drunk watching your team, right, and you're down 19-0, right, and then right after they get that 19-0 lead to get a touchdown, Drake May finally gets it in the end zone to Mac Hollins to make it a 19-7 game, and I'm sitting here like, I literally jumped off my seat. Once I jumped on my seat for 2 seconds, I thought I was gonna puke because I had so much alcohol in my belly. But you're talking like this is a fat boy right now jumping up, acting like he's on the freaking field. This is after I'm already thinking I'm in Puerto Rico because I saw a beautiful Bad Bunny. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, he did not wear a dress, so suck it. And then next you know, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, can we do the impossible? Like if we could just get one more touchdown. Mind you, after we got that touchdown, we got the stop. We got the stop to get the ball back. It was sucky for what do you call it, field position because the kickers. Shout out to Seattle's kickers. seriously, the field goal guy and the punter. Honestly, like I know I'm a Patriot fan, but you gotta give shout out to that dude because every punt that he kicked was inside the 6-yard line, and
it was
and
stupid.
it drove us back so far. And when we got the ball back and we're driving it down, I'm like, holy shit, Drake May, like, okay, we're doing something. We're getting there. We're at the freaking 50-yard line, and then an interception comes because, you know, at that time, and I saw what Pat said earlier, and I'm gonna agree with it. At that time, he's rushing the passes because you're down 19-7. You got to do something, and I feel like Williams there, the rookie Williams, wide receiver, just kept running the route instead of like seeing where the ball was coming, stopping it, and trying to get it. But man, it was. I didn't even see that coming. What did it say?
Oh, House is a friend of mine and Chris, and we've done some stuff with him. He's done some. I actually do shows with him on Thursdays, and
thank you. Yes,
he wouldn't know who this Frankie guy. He's some crazy Puerto Rican. So
I am a crazy Puerto Rican. I am entertaining. That's why I'm here for the show. I'm here for the show.
Hey, we try.
And House, you're right because I watched. I had the Bad Bunny on during the game, and we all because I had there was a lot of people here. I don't even know how many people in the. I know there was 10 of us playing cards, but there was other people. And then after everybody left last night, I watched the other halftime show with Kid Rock and them. I watched it on YouTube last night to check it out. So I mean, yeah, it is possible to watch both and just not think you have to hate something just because you don't agree with it. It is possible.
I'm just finally glad that the NFL has finally put my heritage and my culture out there in the halftime show. I mean, I get we had Shakira and J-Lo and all that. Yo, get off. Billy, you fucking Billy. I know he has Shakira and everything on that, but last night seeing Bad Bunny and you know everything that he had in that halftime performance just gave you a glimpse of what Puerto Rico's about, right? The Puerto Ricans playing dice or dominoes. You got the bodegas, you know, everything, the trumpets. Who would have thought Ricky Martin was to come out? Ricky freaking Martin, like that. Oh my God. Beautiful. Bueno. And I understand most Americans are like, the hell with this halftime show with Bad Bunny. But listen, mucho bueno. Gracias, Bad Bunny. Thank you for everything. That was a beautiful halftime show. The hell with Kid Rock and the hell with that Turning Point USA halftime bullshit. This is the real halftime for my people, my Latinos, and my Boricuas and Boricuas. You know, that's what we fucking do, baby. Let's go.
Yep. Hey, the thing I thought was cool was the wedding, and it was a real wedding. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, the wedding was
cool.
real and the engagement was real. There was an engagement.
And I heard he really did give that kid one of his Grammys. I heard he really did. That little kid got to keep the Grammy. Who the kid was, I don't know. Hell, may have been his cousin. I don't know. You know, but that's just what I heard.
That kid was a kid that. I'm sorry, Chris. That kid was a kid that got deported by ICE, and he ended up coming back. He ended up coming back to to the U.S.
Well, like I said before, I'll be honest. I never knew who Bad Bunny was until he was in WWE a couple years ago. That's when I got introduced to who Bad Bunny was. I didn't know he was a musician, none of that until then. So and that's not necessarily the kind of music I listen to all the time, but I thought it was better than last year's halftime show. And like I said, it was in Spanish, but I thought it was better than last year's halftime show. I wasn't a big fan of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show last year. Just that wasn't my kind of stuff, but I thought this was more entertaining and better than last year. And then, like I said, last night when I watched the other one, I thought it was good too. I thought it was entertaining. So,
yep. I thought it was interesting, Frankie. You talked about the punters of Seattle, but I think that special teams as a whole was amazing because you got to remember he kicked the ball, he got it just in position, but those dudes got all the way downfield and they actually batted the ball out on those two occasions. It was actually the guys that got down there quick enough to bat it before it went into the end zone. Twice they did that on both of them. When the one that got to the 1 yard, I think the 5 yard line, they did that twice. So that whole special teams unit, the kicker, plus the guys getting downfield, really worked as a unison to get that ball within that 5 yard line twice. It was good. It was good all the way around.
If you notice the way that punter punts the ball, he's from Australia.
Yeah,
he was turning that ball sideways, and he wasn't trying to. He wasn't kicking the high. He was kicking it I mean, he was kicking it low right over their heads. Like he was taking a chance of it getting blocked, but it was low right over their heads. It was just basically like a fucking knuckleball is kind of what it reminded me is like a football version of a baseball knuckleball. The way that, and it makes it almost impossible to try to catch that thing in the air because you're taking such a big chance of muffing it.
Right.
It's really sad that I'm seeing all the comments and I'm seeing Jay and Chris and Tony. It's really sad that everybody's starting to know who Bad Bunny was just because of WWE. It's really heartbreaking for me. I feel like that's so sad that, and I understand. I get it. You know, you guys are, you know, obviously Tony's half descendant like Mexican or whatever, and I get it. But he's not, you know, he's not kind of like me where like I'm 100% Puerto Rican. I you know, I understand all of these people. I know who you know, who's coming up and who's not. Yeah. Especially my aunt being a diehard Bad Bunny fan. Like she literally, I feel like she's the type that will honestly kidnap him. But it's really sad that it takes WWE to come out and people to finally be like, you know, I didn't know who Bad Bunny was until WWE pulled him out. Like that's a little sad. Yeah. Like, that's a little. Sad.
And let me add this to that. Though he was awesome in WWE. He was awesome when he was in WWE too. He put work in and he done good in the matches. That match he had and stuff too.
Hey guys, give me 2 minutes here to tell something here. I hope you guys don't mind. If you do, tough shit. But Frankie brought up, you know, me. I'm half Mexican, and but I was brought up, and I'm just gonna be honest. I was brought up in a white culture. I wasn't brought up in a Mexican culture at all. And my dad moved from Texas, moved to Indiana. I didn't know this till recently. When he lived in Texas, Mexican kids there in Texas, when he was growing up as a kid, you know, in the 40s and the 50s, you weren't allowed to speak Spanish in school. If you spoke Spanish in school, you got suspended. You got kicked out. That's the way it was. So I think growing up in that, he made the decision to not teach us Spanish. He thought it'd be easier for us to go with the flow and be Americans completely. Unfortunately, I wish he wouldn't have made that decision completely, but he did make that decision. And put it this way, my Mexican grandpa died before I was born. And I didn't know this till recently. When he was buried, because he was Mexican in Texas, he wasn't allowed to have a headstone. Damn. Mexicans at that time weren't allowed to have a headstone. So, I mean, but you know, I'm not proud of my Mexican culture. I'm just being honest. I was raised in a white culture. I had Mexican friends whose name was Gonzalez's, who, by the way, and lived right down the street from us. They were a very Mexican culture family. We was not. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that's a bad thing or good thing. I'm just saying that everybody's different. And one of the best things that ever happened to me, I went to Garfield Elementary School, and at that time I went there, it was probably 60% black, 40% white. Best thing that ever happened to me in the world. Best thing that ever happened. I know people that move or get away. Let's get away from the blacks, or let's get away from the race, and I want to be out in the country and just be around white people. Everybody's got a right to do what they want.
You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? Because this relates to what you're talking about. My wife was Mexican, half Mexican, half white.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife. You're right. She's an ex-wife for a reason, but that's besides the point. But no, her mother came.
Hey, you know
over.
what's interesting?
What's that?
I just wanted to do the same thing you just done. Cut somebody off in the middle of a story. He was still telling a story, and you had to cut him off. But go ahead.
Just here so I don't get fined. I'm gonna go back to my hole.
He said, I just did so I don't get fined.
Oh Lord! What a day!
Mexico.
Now I've lost my train of thought, but I was about done. No, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Seriously, guys. The best thing that happened to me was growing up in going to a school that was where I wasn't. You know, white was 90%, 10% black or Mexican or whatever. The best thing that ever happened to me. That's me personally. Other people may think that would be the worst thing in the world. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me in the world. Chris went to that elementary.
I was gonna say it's the best thing that happened to me. And I remember growing up, there was other parents and stuff that thought you were crazy for sending me and my brother and sister to those schools. And then there was people that thought I was crazy because I was sending my son to them schools and not not sending them out to the county,
county
schools, or stuff. I know people that personally came up to you and said, "You really going to let Austin go to that school?" Like talking about my son, like. But we were never like that. Like I grew up. I went to the same schools he did. I went to the same schools, and I mean, it's just I grew up at the boys' club, and hell, probably 70% of the kids at the boys' club wasn't white. Like, just to be honest, they wasn't. And most of my friends there at the boys' club was either Mexican or black. Like my two best friends at school, Eric Gonzalez, the one which was the family you were talking about. He spoke Spanish. I didn't. They moved in. I think first grade is when I met him. Was in first grade, and we sat beside each other. And then Andre House was my other best friend, who was a 6 foot black dude that I still talk to this day. So like, and actually, them are not the only two people from high school that I still communicate with now. Well, Eric, of course, passed away, but.
Okay, guys, I'll get off my soapbox a little bit. I'm not putting anybody down. Everybody's got a right to believe what they want to believe. Just try to be what's the right word? Decent with everybody. Just try to be decent. Just try to be human. That's all I'm saying. But I'll get off my soapbox. Let's get back to sports, guys. Sorry.
Did you guys see the commercials after the Super Bowl? It kind of pissed me off. The Marshawn Lynch they were taking jabs at the Patriots. It was kind of funny, but it pissed me off because I'm drunk. and Marshawn Lynch over there, like, a comeback story is great, isn't it? Oh, Patriot, and then you got 50 Cent over there making the same thing. Hey, Patriot fans, I know it's upset you lost the Super Bowl, but just for your city only, DoorDash is giving you 50% off on everything that you want to order. I'm just over here like, what the?
I didn't see that.
Frankie, did you order some DoorDash to get that 50% off?
Hell no, because I live in New York. I wish I would have lived in fucking Boston. I would have done that shit. I would have got some Taco Bell and shit, drunk as hell. Like, that would have been perfect.
Was there any commercial that stood out to you guys? The one I loved, and I actually found it online, and I sent it out to some people, was the Budweiser one with the Clydesdale and the Eagle. I thought that was outstanding. That was my favorite one. Was there anything that stood out to anybody else, guys?
Rob Gronkowski and Bruce Arians with the buttocks tighten up and stuff, loosen it up and stuff for the colon cancer and shit. I thought that was funny.
Okay. What about you, Chris? Anything stand out to you?
The one Frankie said, but other than that, I'll be honest, I missed a lot of the commercials because we were playing cards, so I really wasn't paying attention to the TV when the game wasn't on. But I remember that one because Austin and a couple other people started laughing. They said, "Look at this commercial." Brandon, because Brandon got here late because he was at drill.
Okay. What about you, Jay? Anything stand out to you?
Yeah, I like the Budweiser commercial. I thought it was pretty dope. I think it was pretty dope and what our country is meant on, the freedom of the eagle. On the Clydesdale, I thought Budweiser really redeemed themselves. I really haven't liked a lot of the Budweiser commercials in previous years, but I thought this one was probably the first one I've seen from them that I actually really liked.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one too. Well, guys, anything else about the Super Bowl you guys want to talk about before we move on to some Olympics?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Other than the fact that it should be interesting to see what Kubiak does now that he's officially able to go to the Raiders, and I'm looking forward to see where he goes from there with the Raiders organization.
Yeah, he said after the game in the interview that, he pretty much said he was going. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the Raiders can put together. Hopefully, I'd like to see the Raiders get better. I mean, I think football's better if the Raiders are a strong team. I mean, hope just not as good as the Colts.
So I heard something, and I think it was this morning when on Coast to Coast with Jay, that Tom Brady and the Raiders are probably not going to go for Fernando Mendoza and try and trade away that first overall pick for draft hauls. Is that 100% accurate? Do you guys think that's going to happen?
See, from what I heard Adam Schefter say today, he thinks that it's pretty much a lock that the Raiders are going to take Mendoza. So I get, how it is, though. You never know who's telling the truth on that shit.
I think Philly Sports Guy and them were throwing scenarios out there that could possibly happen if Tom Brady was to take over. I think they're going to take Mendoza. I cannot imagine them not taking Mendoza. I mean,
think
especially
go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Good. Good. We good? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just feel like, Kubiak's coming in. He wants to have his guy. They don't believe in Geno. Unless you think that there's a quarterback behind Mendoza that you think you can get in next year's draft if you suck bad enough, then I think they're going to take Mendoza. Why would you not take him? You can take Max Crosby. We were talking about this earlier. Trade him for picks, and you can beef up your offensive line with those picks. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how you pass up on Mendoza.
I don't think they pass up on Mendoza for a couple of reasons. I don't think they're going to trade Max Crosby either. You're bringing in a new coach, and they also got $90 million in cap space, so they got plenty of money to go out and add free agents to the team, and with the draft picks they have. So yeah, I think they're going to take Mendoza because they got all that cap money where they can try get players, fix the offensive line, and start building the team. So I think they take Mendoza with this new offensive coach, get that started. They'll use this money to try to rebuild their offensive line, kind of what New England did last year with all the money they had. They're going to try to rebuild their offensive line, get players that they need, try to keep Max Crosby there, and I think in a couple of years they'll be competitive.
Yeah, Crosby's still under contract, right?
Yeah, but I guess he was asking, maybe was requesting a trade, but I think they'll end up working it out with him.
I would try to. I mean, if he's under contract already for a year or two, or I'd say at least more than 1 year, say 2-3 years under contract, I would try to find a way. He's a great player, and it's hard to get great players. It's hard to find great players. And if you already got him on contract, there's no way I would trade him unless there's just absolutely no way it's going to work out. Then I guess you may have no choice. But yeah, I wouldn't give it a Crosby unless you just had no choice.
Now, Kubiak, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say now Kubiak, he's been on the Seahawks with Geno Smith when he was the quarterback for them, right? Right.
I think
Kubiak was the offensive coordinator last year when Geno Smith was there, right?
Yes.
All right, so they have some type of connection. So, do you think? And I'm gonna go back to what Chris said, that to where the Raiders might do what the Patriots done. Even the Giants did it this year, starting Russell Wilson and then bringing in Jackson Dart. You think they're going to do the same route? Go and get Fernando Mendoza with the number 1 overall pick, still start Geno Smith for a couple of games to not throw in Fernando Mendoza that quick? Or do you think they just throw Fernando Mendoza in there since they're probably going to have a weak schedule, kind of like what my team had this year because they were last place in their division? They're probably going to have the weak schedule. Do you think it's best to just sit him for a couple games, learn a little bit under Geno, or just go ahead and just throw him out to the wolf den?
I personally think you should not start him yet, unless he just comes in and just knocking it out of the park. Because, like you said, with New England, Drake May already had some experience and had a year or two or whatever it was. So I mean, this is Fernando's first year. I think you could. There's a possibility that if you throw him to the wolves, you could do a lot of damage.
Real quick, just to correct. Kubiak was not there with Geno. This was Kubiak's first year in Seattle. Before that, in 2024, he was with the New Orleans Saints still. And then in 2021, he was with the Vikings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it just depends on how Mendoza looks when you get him in there in training camp, and if they think he's mentally ready or not. I think they're probably going to end up starting him from the get-go. I really do, because I don't think Geno's going to be there. I think they're going to move on from Geno.
I think they do start him because one thing about Mendoza, he has a really good football IQ. He was developed really well under Cignetti. He handles pressure probably better than most people I've seen at his age. And sometimes the experience is the best medicine. To get out there and see the defenses up close and personal. That's how you learn to read. Sometimes you can't see everything from flipboard. but again, it depends on that offensive line too, because the last thing they need to do is have another Derek Carr situation like it was with the Texans, where he's getting sacked like 30, 40 times a night. So yeah, you gotta, I guess, like Chris is saying, you fill it out in training camp and then you see what you got.
Yeah, I think some Raider fans may be concerned because Raiders ain't had a whole lot of luck with number 1 or number 2, second round, or second pick in the draft, or number 1 pick in the draft at quarterback. They haven't had great success with that. But I do think he's going to have success. Whether it's going to be the first year or not, I don't know. But Chris, I want to ask you, and all you guys, are you concerned at all? Because I've seen a lot of people say that they're concerned about Mendoza because he runs so much RPO. And do you think that's going to be an issue?
I don't think so. Yeah, they ran RPOs at Indiana, but they also ran pro style play. Their play action game was a pro style play action game. He showed that he can make all the throws, throwing the back shoulder throws on the sideline. He can. So yeah, he's shown that he can read defense. So I don't think the RPO is going to be that big of a deal. And you're seeing more of these NFL teams start to run a lot more RPOs as well.
Anybody else got an opinion on that, guys?
No, that's my land.
Honestly, I would throw more into it, but I don't know much about Mendoza like you guys, because you guys had him as your quarterback, which is why I expect Chris to be more real about it, because he's not your quarterback no more, Chris. He's entered the NFL draft, so you can be real about it now. All right, he's not gonna be a Colt. He's not an Indiana guy. He got you your national championship finally. Thank you, Fernando Wright, for you guys. Good job. You could be real. You can say the hell with that kid. It's okay. He's about to be a Raider. You can be honest. We won't get mad, right, Jay? We won't get mad.
Hey, I'm a TCU guy now, man. Hoover's coming in. He's gonna be our quarterback.
Yeah, I want to talk about and I know we're gonna all right, honey, hold on. And I know we're gonna go into it right now, but Lindsey Vonn, yeah, Billy mentioned that she wiped out. That was actually yesterday, early in the morning, our time. Obviously, it was like 5:30 in the morning, close to 6 o'clock in the morning. She wiped out pretty bad, really bad, to where she had to get airlifted out of there. It's really sad thing to see, because Lindsey Vonn is, like, honestly one of the best skiers in all of the USA to me. She's kind of like the Shaun White, she's like the Michael Phelps, like this is her thing. And to see a woman with the caliber that she has as a skier go down the way she did it, especially after tearing her ACL 9 days prior and then coming out and still going. Mind you, she had 2 tryouts before going out there and having her actual thing happen. For her to just go out there, and she didn't even, like, coming off the jump, Tony, I don't know if you've seen it, but coming off the jump, she looked pretty solid. It was the one sharp turn that she had to take that had the little leap to it off the hill, and then her ski stick caught onto the flag. That's what ruined her, and it twisted her up, and she landed pretty hard and bad, and it looked really, really bad. Like I was in shock. I'm like, oh my God, I hope she's okay. I really do hope that Lindsey Vonn's okay. I love Lindsey Vonn. But to me, after seeing that, I can clearly be 100% honest with you guys and think that this is going to be her last Olympic. And we already.
Oh, she's not coming back. Not at 40. Sure, yeah, it's 41 years old. She's not coming back, and she don't need to. Frankie, she got enough gold medals. She ain't got to come back no more.
Absolutely. But even going into this, like, if you're a fan of the Olympics, going into this, you should have known already that this was going to be Lindsey Vonn's last Olympic. But the way she went down, you can clearly say that she's done. Don't put your heads down. Keep your head up for her. Pray for her. She's done everything she could to fight that ACL injury and come out for the state of the United States of America and win a gold medal. And it didn't happen. But you know what? America still won the medal. We still got the gold. It wasn't Lindsey Vonn, but we got it, and it sucks. But Lindsey Vonn, we hope and pray that you have a speedy recovery, and we hope to see you at least, like, as a broadcaster or analyst in 4 years.
She goes coaches. I think she gets into training some of the future athletes coming out. Honestly, I think she does broadcasting too, Tony, Frankie. But I wouldn't be surprised if they bring her in as part of the training staff for the Olympics, given her experience.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I woke up. Just happened to wake up and turned on the TV, and I got to see it. She was just getting ready to start. I just got to see it live, and it was awful. But but luckily she did. Unfortunately, she did break her leg, but she had surgery already on it, and she's in stable condition. So I think she's going to be all right. So that's good news. And like Frankie mentioned, Breezy Johnson, one of her teammates, won the gold in the downhill. So that's awesome. Also, so prayers out to Lindsay, and way to go, Breezy. I mean, I got to see both. I got to see all that competition, the final round live. So it was pretty good. Little heartbreaking with Lindsay though.
Yeah, it really is. It sucks. It really sucks. Also, the men's snowboarding. There was a kid that was in the pole. He was actually sitting at second place. He finished at fourth. I think his name is Oliver. He ended up he went down. He went down with a broken arm. He had a broken arm. He still snowboarded down that hill with a broken arm and still placed into second. Obviously, it would have been great for him to finish in second. He finished at fourth. But just to go out there with a broken arm, snowboarding, like out of all things, snowboard, like you have a broken arm snowboarding, one little mishap, and you just I seen at least 3 people that went down that hill land so hard. Like 2 people ate snow. Seriously, went face first into the snow, and then another one bounced off his back, going about 10 feet, bouncing. And I'm like, holy shit. And then hearing this guy, excuse my language, I'm sorry. And then hearing Oliver have a broken arm, one little thing could have went so terribly wrong that would have just ruined. And he's a young kid. This could have ruined your entire Olympic career if one little mess up happened. I'm so glad it didn't. Good job.
I don't think people realize how violent, skiing and snowboarding, anything along those lines really is. I mean, it's a pretty violent thing, right?
It is. It really is.
You mess up, you're done.
Also, shout out to Jake Paul for crying like a little bitch today. Excuse my language again, but he was crying like a little bitch, and I get it. Your wife won the gold medal for the Netherlands on the speed skating. Good job. She also did it in Olympic record timing, so I get why he's so emotional because it's his wife and stuff like that. But, bro, you're a boxer, like or quote unquote boxer. Why the fuck you crying? Why you crying? I guarantee you, not one time she went and go watch you box these quote unquote fighters that you say you beat. That she cried. She ain't cry for you, but you're gonna sit over there and cry for her because she beat speed skating, fucking Olympic record. You're crying like a little bit. We know why you're crying. You forgot your goddamn medicine pills because you couldn't take it to Milan because that's illegal to take drugs on the airport. So you're in pain right now because you got 2 broken jaws. I get it. It's all cool, Jake. Nothing but hate. Nothing but hate on Jake. That's right.
We also got the gold in the figure skating team event. That one skater for I think his last name's Melina or something. Melina. Hell, I don't know. I can't pronounce it. But anyway, he did outstanding. I mean, the dude fell a little bit and still with the other stuff that he did, still pretty much killed everybody else. So he's a fantastic skater. He'll be going for the gold in the individuals, but United States, I think that's the first time they've won the team gold in figure skating. So they also got that. Also big news just happened right before we went on the air in the curling mixed doubles. Italy and USA went at it. Italy beat us earlier in the morning, but we made it to the semifinal round to play them to have the opportunity to go for the gold or the bronze. We beat them 9-8. We'll be going for our first gold medal against Sweden. We beat Italy. Then Italy's the former world champions this year and also the 2022 gold medalists. So we eliminated Italy. Italy be going for the bronze now. So again, we'll here. I don't think it's today, maybe tomorrow, maybe a couple of days. I don't know exactly when we'll be taking on Sweden for gold.
Didn't Sweden barely beat the United States team in the round in like the pool or round robin play?
I think so. I think you're right.
Because I think that's the team that United States was 4-0 and then they barely lost to Sweden, and Sweden qualified for the semifinals, and the United States had to battle back. And I'm pretty sure that they because I watched that the other night. I've watched a lot of the curling.
Yeah, I think it was 7-6 if I remember right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, also, U.S. is taking on Switzerland and the women's ice hockey right now. It's on the USA Network. It's 0-0. I believe they're still in the first period. So a little update on that. You guys got any thoughts on the Olympics so far?
Yeah, man, we need to win some more medals. I understand it's in. I understand it's in Italy, but Italy's walking away with it right now. They got 7 medals total, where the U.S. only got 2. Mind you, it's 2 gold medals. We got 2 gold medals. I think that's more medals than Italy for gold. But we need to step it up, man. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Do you think Italy has a home field advantage though, being it's their country and they probably have skied those mountains before a lot? Do you think that helps them out?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's always like that. It honestly is always like that when the Olympics not so long ago was in Beijing. Freaking China, Japan, all of them, they were freaking winning like crazy. Normally, when it's in your home country, you get the better advantage, which is why I cannot wait for the Summer Olympics in 2028 to come to LA and our home soil. So that way, for one, it could be in our time slots. We don't have to freaking wake up at 5 a.m. to watch Olympic games live. So it's in our time slots, and also it's gonna be in our home soil, so we know nothing about. We know everything about it. Joe, how are you? Listen, Joe, I understand you live in Italy, bro, but don't be over there like. First of all, I'm not crying because there's still like a whole nother freaking week of Olympics left. And 2, how are you over there like, I get you live in Italy, bro, but you're not Italian, all right? And you probably are in blood. Yes, you probably are. Cool. Yeah, you probably are. But listen, where were you born and raised? You were born and raised on U.S. soil, all right? You're only in Italy for what reason? What reason are you in Italy for?
Joe is saying, how the hell you Puerto Rican sitting in New York? Shut the fuck up.
Because I was born in New York, you dumbass. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no shit. So you're not fucking Puerto Rican. Shut the fuck up. God damn.
I'm not Puerto Rican.
Man, get off this racial shit, man. Just talk sports.
What's racial?
No,
First of all, what you just said was fully racial.
Bullshit into it,
no,
man.
what you just said was fully racial. Which when
it's just ridiculous. Just talk sports, man. Talk curling. Just get off this bullshit.
All right, you know what? After the show, Jay, me and you are gonna talk because
I wish you would talk to me.
No, I'm done with your shit.
That's
because
I just ridiculous. We were just talking about this a minute ago.
We'll just keep going.
Yes, keep going. Get off the damn crap, man.
Because I don't think anything I said was fucking racial. But then you want to come and call me.
Well, you're giving Joe a hard time about where he's
from.
Joe
fucking gives me a hard time every fucking day, Jay. Every fucking day I'm on the show, Jay. Joe fucking gives me a hard time. It's called back and forth bullshit, where you give fucking Chris a hard time for fucking trying to get a word out of his fucking mouth. You don't hear me bullshit.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude.
Do you hear me
bullshit?
You know, I sit in my fucking corner quiet, letting you and Chris take over it. But no, you want to fucking get into it, so let's fucking get into it, Jay. You fucking racist Republican bitch.
Son of a bitch. Okay, I got a serious question because I forgot that Joe.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. You're going to ask about Italy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask Joe. He's in Italy. How far is he away from where some of the events are? And has he ever thought about? He may not care the rat's ass about Winter Olympics. So I'm just asking. Has he ever thought about trying to go to watch any of them?
Oh, that's cool, Billy. But no, to go back to the Olympics. No, I've enjoyed the Olympics so far. I've watched a lot of the luge. I've watched a lot of the curling. I saw the Lindsey Vonn crash. I didn't see it live, but actually heard about it on the radio yesterday morning. But then I watched it. I actually watched the last night after the Super Bowl. I was actually watching it when you called me, Dad, or I just got done watching it and then was starting to watch that other halftime show. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think our curling team will have a chance to get a medal. So I agree with Frankie. I like to see the United States start getting on the podium a little more. We didn't do very good in the luge. I think the highest place we got there was like 11th in the men's luge. I haven't seen the women's. I got to see some of the women's big air snowboarding. That's cool as hell to watch. Some of the tricks them women are doing are amazing. I saw one girl do like was a 10-20 or whatever, and stick the landing to it. But no, I like watching them. I'm actually watching some now. That's probably what I'll watch most of the day.
Open my fucking beer can. Let's not talk about
Oh,
Bad
shit.
Bunny because Jay's gonna come in here talking about racist shit. He probably got this fucking bullshit. 'Cause he's Puerto
Oh
Rican.
Lord.
What's up, Steve?
It's the last time he says that bullshit about me. I'm sick of that guy, man. Sick of that fucking guy.
It's
What else we
pretty
got
far
going
away.
on in the
Okay.
world of sports, man?
Well,
We ain't,
Joe
we
said
ain't taking
the,
people. We ain't taking people off the. We ain't taking people off the stream. If you don't want to be on the stream with them, leave. But we're not just kicking people off the stream because you don't want to
No,
talk to
you,
somebody.
no, that's not that. But if you gonna call me racist, I ain't putting that on there.
You went at him
dues.
first. If you don't want to put up with them, get off the stream. But you're not just going to kick somebody off our
I'll
stream.
leave. I'll leave. Enjoy the rest of your
hey
show.
guys, hey guys, Joe
Go ahead.
said he's pretty
Oh,
far away
Go
from
ahead.
about 3 hours away by plane, so he's pretty far away. Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the show for today. Everybody have a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow night with our Hoop Talk show, Tuesday Night Hoops, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.